You walk in. It's not the best.
Oh,
The worst.
when you pull up it's right, it really, it hold it. So, I don't know. I thought it would be that part. I thought you did that.
Mayor, 6:30 whenever you're ready. We're gonna get one more.
Oh, okay. Oh, we did, yeah, we did one more.
We came already.
That too, but they ain't getting it.
Who, Mac?
That, right.
I'm gonna got 4 5.
Then,
That's it. 4 5.
We see. Thank you now. Okay. All right. It is 6:32. Good evening, everyone. 6:32, Thursday, August 21st, 2025. And now call to order the Historic Town of Eatonville Community Redevelopment Agency meeting. Ms. King, would you please do roll call?
Yes, Director Williams,
First.
Director Critton,
Present.
Director Daniels,
I go see.
Director Randolph.
Here.
Director Mack is here, he's just walking in. And we have Vice Chair Washington.
Present.
And Chair Gardner,
Here.
and Mack is here.
Please stand for a moment of silence, followed by the pledge. Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Are there any citizen participants?
No, ma'am, we have.
All right, that being said, we're ready for the consent agenda. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda? Move. It's been moved and seconded. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? There being none, it is approved. Board decisions, approval of resolution CRA 2025-35, Florida Community Loan Fund. Loan agreement.
Madam Chair, that item is gonna be requested to be tabled.
Oh.
We didn't get the support document.
Okay, we need to vote on it since it's been pulled by.
Yeah.
All right, so is there a motion to table? It's been moved and seconded. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? CRA 2025-36, approval of code compliance and emergency minor repair applications 200 and 206 Mosley 38 Bethune. Wait, we're gonna read
That's
the
the vote.
preamble.
Okay, 2025. Okay, resolution CRA 2025 36. A resolution of the town of Eatonville Community Redevelopment Agency, TOCRA, approving the application request for funding for reimbursable demolition assistance and emergency minor rehab, providing severability and an effective date.
You have heard the preamble. Is there a motion? It's been moved. Is there a second?
Second.
Good question.
It's been moved and seconded. Question, Director Randolph.
Okay, this, resolution for the, this resolution for the, I was a little confused about the documentation, excuse me, that has been submitted. It says that it's 2 applications for demolition and 1 for minor rehab that's been submitted. I was looking at the picture. I'm familiar with this old structure on Mosley Street. But I was also trying to find where is the other demolitions. There's 2 demolition properties.
There's 2 properties right next to each other, and one is covered up with trees. You wouldn't see it from the street.
Yeah, because I rode down the street and I couldn't.
Yeah, you can't see it. It's behind all the trees and the brush.
Yeah.
It's another structure.
Okay. And then the one application for minor repair.
Yes, that's
Where's-
Mr. Evans. 38
That's Mr.
Second.
Evans?
That's Mr. Evans. Yes.
Okay. Now, the question that I have is not so much about the rehab. I have a question about the demolition. Because I remember when we had the demolition rail, we were supposed to go back and kind of redefine the program. And I think before it covered, what was it, $5,000 up to 5? It was, we had
I'm not
put
sure.
up half of the funds up to 10, and we were supposed to go back and redo the program or something of that nature.
Right. So I only can speak because I don't know about that program, but this particular program is reimbursement. They have to get the work done first, then he can be reimbursed up to. It does not say it's 10,000. It's up to.
I
So
think, yeah, okay, I
so-
think the other was reimbursable up to $5,000. So
Wow.
what is the reimbursable for this? For the
he
demolition?
hasn't done it yet to present his documentation.
No, but I'm saying under the demolition guidelines that you have.
It's up to
that
10,000.
have, people need, okay, reimburse up to 10,000. Okay. Okay, if you turn to 103, page 103. Okay, the total at the bottom is $23,000 for the demolition.
Mhm.
So that means of that 23,000, it will be reimbursed for 10,000 on this. Is that what you're saying? Okay. I just, okay. That's all my questions. Thank you.
All right, Director Daniels.
My question was, see that it's up to, I guess, the property owner to get the proposals. And I was wondering, does he have to get multiple? Just get one demolition.
That's up to him. Long as it's up to the permitting process.
That's what I was asking.
If they issue him a permit, whoever he picks, he picks. We don't have to.
Right, but I was saying for him, it would help us, if he can get one, I see one is for 13, if he gets somebody for 10, right, I'm saying that's, I didn't know if that was required. Under that, to get maybe 2 or 3 bids to see which one is.
I think he has to provide his hopes. And whichever he chooses is reimbursed. Whoever he chooses. Up to 10.
For both of, I'm sorry, for both of us, for both,
10 for each.
so he'll just
Two
be out
different
of,
properties.
I got it, so he'll be out of $3,000, I mean, for the
If it's
demolition.
13, I don't know if that's the case. I don't know what his number is.
I mean, I
He
thought
hasn't
that's,
provided me that information.
oh,
Right, so
what is, I'm sorry, so I'm confused, what is the Bella?
oh, that's their quote? Oh, well, that's what they quoted. So he can get up to, remember I said that it's up to, we're not obligated to give him $10,000 reimbursement. So me personally, I would not do it over 50%. I think that was your concern, right?
We have another concern, like I said, we have another councilman.
I can't tell if your hands up, Director.
No, yes. Oh, is Director Gaines?
Yeah, I was just getting, I mean, we have a proposal here and, you know what I'm saying, I was wondering, was it required that they give 2 or 3 to show that he's not getting them? The best one, you know what I'm saying, the one is
No, I agree.
best fit,
I agree.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
And I'll tell him, I'll let him know if this passes, he's required to show the 2 bids.
All right, great.
My question was in regard to the program itself, kind of along the lines of Director Randolph, where we were gonna kind of like mold them to fit closer to the plan. I don't remember if, I know there was some stuff in the last program about liens that we didn't want to do anymore. I don't remember necessarily changing the dollar amount, but I'm not opposed to any of that. But if we don't change the dollar amount from 5 to something specific, how do we go about determining how much we will be willing to reimburse? Like you said, we don't have to do the whole 10, so how do we?
So when he submits me his 3 bids and who he's gonna use, me, only 50% of that cost. Right, so if it sees 50%, it sees 10,000, you only don't get 10,000. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's
So
how
we're-
it's measured.
We're still floating on the 50%, because I think we had that in the last one, up to 50% reimbursable, so we're still floating with that idea.
And keep in mind, under the new plan, which has been adopted by the town council now, that is the plan. It's just, we're waiting on the county to do their motion. Right, so that is the plan as it stands today.
So for example, on the first property, if it's quoted at 95 and this is the proposal that he goes with, we would do up to half of it.
Half of it.
Okay. So we're not necessarily giving him $20,000.
Exactly.
Just curious. Thank you.
So it's 50% or 10,000?
If the bid is 20,000, he can't go, it's 50%. So if it's 20,000, he can't get no more than 10.
Up to 10, up to 10,000.
That's why I said it's up to give us
It's
the
50%
flexibility.
up to 10,000. Okay.
I have a question.
Yes, Director.
Yeah, thank you. I pulled up the demolition program that we had before you came, and then while you were still here, it was still active, but we had not had anyone to apply for it, other than one person. Okay, that was before you came on board.
Yes, ma'am.
But the demolition, I know you are aware of it, but it does say here, the previous demolition. So what we need to do, if we're gonna have a demolition program, we need to go back and reenact that program again, because it does says on here, on the formal program, I can send it to you, that the grant amounts are up to $10,000.
I hear you.
And
I hear you, but under the code compliance, the only reason these applications are coming before you, because they have to have code violations. That is the trigger in which you make the application. This property, both of those properties have been cited. So somebody just walk off the street and say, I want to demo a house. If they don't have a violation, they have not been cited for a violation, that I can verify with Mr. Baruti, it doesn't happen.
yeah, okay, that's fine, that's fine.
So that's the difference.
I am in agreement about those 2 homes, because they've been sitting there for a long time. It's something really, really needs to be done. So at least I'm really on board with that. But what I'm saying here is that what you're saying with the violations and with the code compliance through code enforcement procedures, we need to go back and maybe put the language in here for this particular program. Because, we may have more programs later on where applications later on that someone may be able or maybe wants to do a demo. I don't really see that many houses in here other than those over there right now. And maybe the 3 on West Street. And 1 on Bethune across the street from my house. So that would be the one. But yes, I am in favor of this. But I just go back and kind of retweak the guidelines that we had before, and then we can just do a revision of the bid.
I understand what you're saying.
Yes.
And I don't have a problem with looking at the old demolition program. but it was just tied to code compliance.
Yeah, I understand.
So that's why we did it, and that's what the request that those applications were verified by Mr. Rudy that they had code violations. So that qualified them to make this.
Okay, all right. I'm sending this to you and also to Attorney Jackson.
Okay, I've been working on this.
Director.
Yes, according to what we had in place for the demolition program, completion of application, proof of ownership, proof of current property tax payment, I don't know what that is, photos of structures proposed for demolition, itemized estimate of demolition and disposal costs, minimum of 3 quotes. So that is in here. The application, that's the yeah, but it's the same. And then the 10,000 is for commercial, and I thought the 5 was for residential.
And attorney, correct me if I'm wrong. In the 1997 plan, you created that program. There's nothing in the 97 plan that talks about demolition. It is in the one you just adopted recently. So I understand we're looking at something that was adopted in 97, which we could not do because it's not in this, it was not in your 97 plan. Okay. And this plan, demolition is one of those activities of cleaning up slum life. It's in this, so that allows us to move forward. So I hear you guys talking about the old plan, but we couldn't have did that anyway because we violated our CRA plan from 1997. So it has to be in the plan. It cannot be arbitrarily done. It has to be in your plan.
My question is, we haven't taken advantage of demolition
Nobody used that program.
because we have several houses that is implied.
We had one.
Yeah.
One.
On Washington
Oh,
Street.
I was-
The last like 2 years.
Yeah.
So, I'm fine. Yeah, just
I was just gonna say, it sounds to me like we're talking about 2 different programs.
Yeah.
Cause I think what you're saying, Director Randolph and Director Daniels about the plan that we adopted under, Director Rose that had some of those additional stipulations in there. And I remember when you came, you said that it was kind of convoluted. It was a little overdose and that we were gonna tailor the program to meet the objectives, not only of the 97 plan at that time, but a plan moving forward that addressed the objectives of the CRA. So I was under the impression that the current program that we're operating under is the code compliance program because that's how we can literally tie it to the CRA.
Exactly.
So I mean, I don't know if we just own 2 separate pages, but the current program is the code compliance program that allows up to 10,000. That's why I was asking about the terms of that to see if some of the other stuff was still in there. Cause I know we talked about taking the lien stuff out. I know we talked about taking out some of the other requirements. There were some other components that was attached to it. I don't know if maybe we just need to take a look at the new one or
I would ask the board to understand, this is a developer who's actively building a community. And that property is slum blight, and to know that 2 new homes are gonna be there pretty quick. Think about the long-term benefits. Listen,
I have another, this is just a concern, it's my thing. The rehab on Mr. Evans' house, I just think that should have come to us on a separate resolution, because it's a totally different project from the demolition. And, it'd be nice if, we can see the effects of the home, the condition of the home, why we need to do it. I'm in favor of doing at home. Because it's very deceiving when you're on the outside, it looks great,
very distinct.
but in the inside,
It's correct.
it's really way below my expectations for anyone to live in that home. So what I'm asking here is that I would like to see if we can, procedurally pull that one out, make it a separate resolution and come back and present it again so we can see exactly what we invested in as far as the minor rehab.
So with the minor, and it's emergency minor rehab. And his situation, as you know, you've been inside just like I was, is an emergency. It is that back.
So then is it possible to
But-
approve it separately
Yes.
without the resolution?
Well, it's
Or you wanna keep it all in the
it's a code
resolution?
compliance program that we're utilizing, so it's the same program. These were the two applicants under that program. That's why it's not separated. But I understand what you're
Yeah,
saying.
it just looks much better if it's separated, so that way we're doing something. I know it's under the code, I know that, I'm trying to match everything under the code. Cause this is a really major project here.
Well, in fairness to Mr. Evans and the request for you guys to approve Mr. Evans at 5,000. That is going to become a community project working with, almost forgot the name, Brain Dad, and some of his other people to turn into a community project to really address the problems that he has. As you know, there are many, but so we're trying to treat it as a community project, and we're just doing our portion of what it's going to.
Can I ask Attorney Jackson to address that, please, these two different applications?
So just listening, just following through on what's taking place with this. My understanding is that there's one application for basically 3 projects, 2 demolitions and a rehab. Is that correct?
One resolution,
One
for the 3
resolution.
projects, still
The
3 specific
resolution
applications.
is on 3
That addresses
projects.
3 projects.
And what I'm saying is that we can pass it, but I'm saying here is that because the amount of rehab it's like, it's almost like you're gonna have to build a whole house again. When you look at the house in the inside, redo the whole house on the inside. It's a major project. So what we're trying to do, what I'm saying here is I felt like these should be separate, even though it falls under the code, the code guidelines. I'm just saying it should be separate.
Well, the $5,000 request is mainly to address the emergency issues, plumbing, electrical. HVAC, 5,000 is not to do that, but it's to address the major stuff that is a serious issue. Dealing with the holes that's in the floors, because the rodents are coming up from the floor, they're having to put carpets and stuff to cover up the holes. And it's pretty bad, it's way worse. So I was just trying to get the funding so we can do something on the emergency standpoint to get Mr. Evans to the major community project.
Okay, but there's no dollar amount associated with the rehab.
It's $5,000.
No, but where is it in the documents?
It's in the application. And the instructions for
Where's
the
the
application.
application?
You don't have the instructions? They're not in. You'll approve.
Is it in this package, application?
No, you'll approve the application, the program at the last meeting.
Where is the application? Is it in this package?
Yeah, from Mr. Evans.
The
I didn't
instructions,
see it.
the instructions. Ms. Evans' application is not in that package?
There was nothing, there's no.
Everything you gave me is in the packet.
This application should be in there.
I don't see it. The only thing I know is that, which you know, I already know about this particular situation. But the minor rehab information documents are not in there. All you have is the demolition.
Yeah.
For the houses over there. So that's what I'm trying to
Oh,
say.
I'm sorry.
Well.
Well,
We need to fix this and make sure that we have the proper documents
I don't,
for this.
I was not aware it was not in the
It's
package.
not in there.
I wasn't aware of that, but I can provide you his application. Selena provided it to me.
Okay, so let me ask a question. Can we, attorney, maybe, you can, how can we do this? Can we go ahead and approve the demolition and then table that other item to come back? I know it's urgent, but we need to do it the right way.
So yes, so you can amend the motion to do that. You can also do that to pull that out and then make a motion to go ahead and move forward with it once you have the information, if the board is comfortable with that. But you can most certainly amend the resolution through motion to pull that out and only deal with the demolition and then deal with the other parts separately.
Yes,
I have a application. If you're going to remove one application from the resolution, then all three of them gonna need their own resolution in because it's two separate properties. So it doesn't matter if it's the same owner or not. If you don't want all three in one, and I'm sorry, Ms. King and Director Johnson, because I know y'all prepare those. I won't be the one doing that. But if that's the logic that we want to use, we probably should separate all three of them.
If it's need just to have the application is done. I can provide you this application tomorrow. You'll have it. Matter of fact, I'll leave out of here. Mr. Evans' situation is dire. And to prolong it, as you know, you've been in, it's pretty bad. And we need to do something emergency.
Okay, well.
That's why it's called emergency.
Well,
We're not trying to rehab this house. It's only for emergencies.
I don't have a problem with the other two because they're demolitions and they're right there together on the same, you just have to be listed. But because this is separate, I would like to make the motion that we move forward with the demolition and to table the minor rehab until we get the documents.
So there's already a motion in place that's been seconded. You would have to
They would have to accept your
move on that motion, or have to withdraw the motion in the second.
I mean, I'm okay with withdrawal, but if we can approve it separately, the 200-/206 Mosley, approve it with the resolution given, and then the 38 Bethune, let's make that a separate motion to go ahead and approve it based on the certification that the application documents are there and that you send them to the board.
Well, I think we need to table the Bethune because we don't have any documents. So you don't have, all we have.
Well, let's go ahead and
What I'm saying here is all we have here is just says here on the front sheet, application for minor rehab has been submitted. We don't have anything.
Well, let's rescind let's still go ahead and rescind the motion. Go ahead and get the 200-206 done. And then if we're gonna do it separate, talk about it separately. All right, so I don't know.
Well, before you do that, so again, not precedence, but pattern and best practice. I mean, if you're separating it, are you separating it because it's a different component of the program? Are you separating it because you specifically want to table it? Or are you separating it because it's a separate application? Because I don't want to get in the habit of approving multiple applications in one resolution if you want everything to be separate. I know with the programs in the past, we've had applications come in essentially one at a time. So the resolutions have been tailored to each individual applicant. So to your point, 200, 206, 38, separate.
With condition that you just send it.
Exactly.
Okay,
Like,
that works.
to your point, that we should separate them. Let's separate every, how we have to word the resolution or rework it.
Yes. See, we have the documentation for
Other two.
the demolition.
Yes, ma'am.
And the application is here,
Right, absolutely.
but we don't have anything. On the other one. That's what I'm saying.
Correct, because we got a separate, and I did call and I did ask, we got a separate email with some pictures associated with it, but yes, there was not an application that was put in there, so I do understand that. Now, I don't necessarily want to table it unless we want to talk about maybe a special meeting, because if it is an emergency, I don't want to have a special meeting per se, but at the same time, because it is an emergent situation, we do need to have some, because it is an emergent situation, then we don't have another meeting until September, like 3 weeks into September. So do we want to wait?
And that's exactly why I said I can go print.
If you can provide the document, don't be here then.
Because I don't wanna go through the method of doing what.
That was kind of administrative stuff, and administrative is done, we just need to approve it. So the case there really isn't, that's fair, right?
You know, cause we don't wanna sit here and continue going down this path of having special meetings and. You know.
Look at God.
We don't need a recess right now, right?
No, because everybody.
Okay.
So the conversation that I'm having with Madam Clerk is right now you have a resolution with the preamble that does not fit what the board is doing at this junction. And so what I'm explaining is that at this point, you don't have a resolution. What you're doing is you're bringing a motion from the floor based on a resolution that is not valid in the circumstance and the situation of what needs to be done tonight. So these are motions from the floor. You don't have to be noticed because everything that's mentioned inside the resolution has already been public notice and things of that nature. And so that's what we're talking about now is how procedurally you're able to move forward.
So when we rescind, we're not gonna do the preamble.
Because you're actually approving 3 motions. You're gonna make 3 motions on each application. But it's a motion from the floor, so you're not approving a resolution.
Because you no longer have a resolution at this point.
So you don't have the 36, the 37, and the 38. You actually just approving the items.
So they
And
bring the
it's on the
motion.
record and it'll be noted in the
so
minutes.
we just
So
gonna
right
do-
now, someone create a resolution.
3 separate motions,
Huh?
3 separate
No,
motions.
no, we talk about bringing stuff from the floors. Attorney, no. I would like to know what y'all talking about.
So since we're waiting, as soon as Director Critton takes a seat, we go ahead and rescind the motion, right? Okay.
And while we're waiting on those documents, just to share with the board for transparency, Director Critton had just asked me for clarification if the financials were indeed CRA or were they reflective of the town. And I shared with her that that was a question for the executive director because the information came from him. And it is my understanding that it is financials for the CRA. So that was our.
All right, so in the meantime, the second has been rescinded. I don't remember who did the motion.
Washington and Creighton.
Washington rescinded his
And I said,
second. You
are
rescinded.
you
his
rescinding
second.
my motion?
All right, so the motion and the second has been rescinded. I now put on the floor for 200, the approval to not rehab, to demo the house at 200 Mosley Avenue. Is there a motion?
I move.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed. All right, that's now. Is there a motion to approve the demolition for 206 Mosley? It's been moved and seconded. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? All right, that has been. Now 38 Bethune. Are we gonna wait for the documents or go ahead and make the motion?
Yeah, because that was the only reason he got up, because that's what she wanted to say.
So we'll wait for the
We'll
documents.
wait.
We'll wait, because I do have.
There we go.
While we're waiting, comment while we're waiting.
You know, while we're waiting, it says.
Wait one moment.
Costs. Costs up to a certain amount.
You take $5,000.
Listen,
We have a question.
there was a comment, it's coming, right, he's doing that.
Right, go ahead.
They-
Director.
Wow, I was wondering, they didn't want pictures download, mine just came through. And secondly, it's not to fight back against the demolition, it's just make sure that we are being efficient with the town's money, making sure that we're not just giving developers a free render, to get your house demoed and you pay less, so that we sharing this thing together, so I'm just gonna be more cost effective with the town's money. That was all my questions. Make that work.
That's it.
That was it. And anybody, oh my gosh,
You looking at the picture?
that just came through.
Yeah.
I was trying to download it.
I had a little issue with them earlier.
Boy.
Would you mind taking out the personal information out of your packet so we return
Which one?
Oh, the one.
his personal information in your packet that you were just given the copies?
No, he's giving it.
Can you give me a copy? Oh, just being,
So,
It's some information that need to be redacted.
we don't even need it. This is income. Please take out the security. Any personal information, take it out.
this is the application.
We just need the application.
Personal information is part of the application.
But I don't think it should be, it could be in a file, but I don't think we should have it. You know what I'm saying? That, yeah.
Business license.
Oh, it's up.
Where's that? I didn't see
Oh, you
that.
didn't get
And
You have one? You just pull out.
not, we'll see. Right there. All right.
That's just application. I'm exhausted, as you can see. Listen.
All right, I'll give you a moment to take a look at the application, Doctor.
Drops.
Okay.
You go, man.
You're fine, You're fine. You're gonna do so. You don't know.
All right, how much more time to read?
Okay.
Y'all ready? All right, since everyone has the documents, unless you have any questions, is there a motion to approve the renovation? What was it? The emergency rehab for 38 Bethune. It's been moved and seconded by Director Critton. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? All right. 38 Bethune has been approved. So we're ready to move on. Approval of resolution CRA 2025-37, approval of Rose and Rito piggyback agreement. The preamble.
Resolution CRA 2025-37. Resolution of the Town of Eatonville Community Redevelopment Agency, TOPRA, approving piggyback with the architect's continuing service contract, Orange County government providing severability and an effective date.
You have heard the preamble. Is there a motion to move?
Question.
It's been moved and seconded by Britton. All right. It's been moved and seconded, Director Randolph.
Yeah, I have a couple concerns. Due to the time of getting the package so that I can look at it, faithfully. I have a couple concerns. Number one, I know that this project here is something that really needs to be done because it's already been going through fund. But also, did we get the signed contract from the owner? Who signed the contract on this property?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, all right. So we're just doing what, the architectural, is that with the walkthrough that we had the other day?
Yes.
Okay, all right, that's what I want to know. I'm trying to find, I'm going in this direction because I didn't have time to look at all of this due to the budget. But what is the price? Is there an estimate on this?
So the total architecture and engineer fee is $130,000. But understand, you're not being asked to spend $130,000 today. They're billing us monthly. based upon the service as it's provided per the schedule that's in the document. So, but the total cost, which is 1/3 for everything, which is pretty cheap. For 9,000 square foot.
So do we have, we have, okay, so we don't have an estimate as what the renovations are gonna cost. Right.
So we have to let him come back through now and put it into real. He gave us a rendering. Now he has to go in and do the whole architectural renovations and then you price that from there. He hasn't been able to do that. Because he doesn't have an agreement, that's why he didn't do it.
Any other questions?
No freaking.
I'm not really ready for this yet, because I need to have a little bit more time. But of course, that's the will of the board, would like to proceed.
All right, so we're in the middle of a motion. I'm gonna go ahead and proceed with the motion. All right, so it has been moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed?
Manny,
All right. It has been approved. That's the last item. Staff reports, board reports. Or staff.
No report.
All right. Right, no report. I will start with Director Williams.
No report.
No report. Director Brinton, Director Mack. Oh, Director.
I know y'all so. No, no, so.
Her heading under what you emailed us at 5:30.
That's what Hassan.
So on the,
But Ms. King advertised it at 6:30. That's why we waited till 6:30.
I'm just making sure.
Yeah, that is the normal meeting time, 6:30. I had changed it to 5:30, but she said we have to be at 6:30.
All right.
I was here at 5:30.
Director. Brandon.
okay, at least, I feel a little happiness in my heart for doing something for a resident. And, I know there's some more out there that need some attention. And, one gentleman that filled out an application before a couple months ago with the program that we had here in conjunction with the health.
Right.
He ended up getting, assistance through Orange County, because he said no one got back to him.
Well, let's clarify. Help CDC and Rebuild Together, we didn't have no control.
Yeah, I know that, I
Right,
know
so,
that, yeah, you're
So when he
right.
said, I'm just as much as in dark as the board of who those approved applicants are. I know the number that we thought we were getting approved for,
Yes.
not the number we received.
And see, the perception of the community was that this was Eatonville.
Right.
So, people are bitching our name when it comes up to that program. I haven't heard anything from Eatonville, et cetera, so on a positive. I think once they see that we are doing something and being positive in our community, I think it's going to really help us a lot. So we want our residents to believe in us and what we're doing and trust that we're here for them. Other than that, I don't have any, yeah, I do have, something I wanna ask, if all possible. Maybe this should be on the town side. But we still have a lot of potholes in our streets. Is there any kind of way that we can have a repair, even if the town not able to do it? Can that come from the CRA?
That's on the town.
That's on the town side? Okay, I just wanna make sure. Okay, thank you very much.
Vice Chair.
Okay, I'm very happy that we helped Mr. Evans out, and I'm thanking Brad for his service he rendering to our community. I do have some conversation with this guy. He definitely be a part of the community. And he said, once we buy the material, he have guys in training, they come in and do the work, so he don't lose money on material. But so as long as we fund money to do projects, he'll be able to help us out more. So he definitely want to be a community partner in Eatonville. So we just, stay with him and then support him and he can support us. He does give it back. So I thank him. And for the FRA class I went to, we are for a city, we are behind on property buying. And I was in Good Beach. These people own $40 million worth of their property in their community. $40 million. and we crying about 100,000, 200,000. These people owe 40-something million in this city. And it's mapped out, and I was like, whoa. So we need to get on the ball, and like I said, be on the land, control the plan. That's my thing. Thank you, that's all I had.
All right. Been a wonderful day. Stay dry. Everybody drive carefully. No report. It is currently 7:14. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded twice.
Question?
Everybody in favor say aye. Aye. And all opposed. We are adjourned, 7:15.